In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents the No Bluffing Podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes. Now, let's get to the show.
Grizz Nation, what's going on? I am Chris,
and I am Evan Hayes,
and this is the No Bluffing Podcast, where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, and all the way honest about everything. Grizzlies, welcome back to another episode today, man. I am trying to figure out. I got a new computer over here, y'all, and I had some technical difficulties at the last minute. Y'all, let me know. Can y'all hear me?
You froze right now, but I can hear you. You froze, but I can hear you.
Oh Lord.
God has some patience with my boy Chris right now. Oh, he's moving again. There you are. You're moving again.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right. I don't know what's going on, man. I got a new computer trying to get this back rocking like I used to, man. Trying some new things out, man. But welcome back to another episode. My apologies. Man, glad to be back for another episode, man. A lot going on, but we're gonna get right to it today. Shout out to Sane in the chat. Shout out my boy. Shout out, and we got King Meeks in here with us as well, man. Anybody
what's up, my boy?
Happy, and y'all let us know what's going on. Happy Monday to you.
Yes, sir.
We are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, so y'all make sure y'all go over there and reach out to the good people at FanDuel Sportsbook and get y'all some money tonight. I know it's a lot of sports going on in the world this week. I don't think it's any NCAA games as far as the men's side, but it was some good women's basketball I was tapping into earlier. That double overtime game that we had earlier, Iowa versus Virginia, I believe. Yeah, that was a good game. But anyway, we are your hosts, man. Chris Ingram and Evan Hayes. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Those handles down there below, as well as you got our main pod pages. You can keep in touch and keep track of what we got going over there. Evan, before we get started, my boy, how was your week? What you got going on your way, man? Tell me something good, my boy.
Well, last week was spring break, but because I'm a Division I athlete, I only got half of that. So all my obligations were done on Thursday. So Thursday through Sunday, I was at home. As y'all can see, I have a little bit of a different look. You know, your boy did the big chop. You muted my boy.
I got chopped up and shit. I saw that on Instagram. I said, oh, look at this man. He done chopped it off.
Yeah, chopped it off. I had a lot of different reasons. One reason is I got tired of my homeboys and my teammates telling me that I'm too old to be rocking a high top in 2026. So shout out my boys from Alabama A&M University for bullying me into that. But I also had a great weekend because I met King Meese and some other one of our supporters at our great friend Wayno's. He had his art expedition at Grind City Brewing. I picked up this, which is the doodle he did of me and my boy Chris, and I love this. It's one of my most prized possessions.
Hey, bring that back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something that's so dope about that shirt. I believe. I mean that drawing that I didn't notice until now. Shout out to Wayno.
Yep.
I'm a huge car guy, and I believe on that shirt is like a checker race flag.
Yeah, it's a checker flag. Yep, checker flag.
Wayno, if you tapped in or when you tap in, bro, how'd you know that?
Well, he does his research, bro. He's a great artist.
Now, granted, okay, I'm gonna say it. I got a car YouTube. I'm not gonna put the name out there. If y'all find it, y'all find it. But I got a car YouTube page that I was like hard into, especially during COVID. I wonder if that's where I don't know. That's crazy as hell. Like I don't talk about it on social media now.
But but I know most people don't know your Instagram, but people who have Chris's Instagram. You do have a Mustang. Is it a Mustang or is it a Challenger? Yeah, you have your Mustang,
bro.
Yeah, so that's your cruising. Well,
but he don't follow me though. Or maybe he do. I don't know.
Does Bluff City follow you? He can probably find it through Bluff City.
That's crazy, bro. And that's an old picture too. He drew that like last year. I think.
Yeah, he drew that last year, but he made like the big ones for everybody to take home. You know, I know Rusty and Kenny mentioned they're gonna do some like merchandise things with these pictures. So shout out Wayno. I met Meeks crazy self. We saw Sane, Kenny, the whole crew. I met Drew for the first time in person. I met Luke for the first time in person. So it's a great event, So if y'all missed it, y'all definitely missed out. But yeah, other than that, had a great weekend. Big chat. What else am I missing? Saw my family because I was in Memphis for a few days. Yeah, all in all, it was a good week. Another week close to graduation. I'm gonna keep saying that. And all in all, it was good, bro. How was your week, my boy? You muted again, Christopher.
My bad, bro. I'm trying to get my sound right over here. So I'm taking some seconds. I got a lot going on. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was spring break for my daughter, so she didn't have softball and stuff like that going on last week. So got out in the yard. I felt like an old man, bro, out there tossing the ball and trying to teach my daughter how to play sports. This is insane to me how fast time is moving. Shout out to Say. He said, man, enjoy your youth, man. Don't let folks grow you up too fast. Let me tell you this. When you have kids, my boy, it speeds up the timeline for sure. You get to see literally how old you are real quick. So yeah, man, it was a good week. Real enjoyable week. I just say that a real like time to kind of take a step back, enjoy time with family. I haven't had a lot of that just because everything's been going on lately with work, school, other stuff in life. So yeah, it was just kind of cool just to sit back the whole week, be at the house, spend time with them, watch some basketball, stuff like that, man. So I ain't got no complaints at all. I do got something I got to come back on and touch on real quick. So he said, Chris, the car aficionado. Yep. Say no. Yep. That's my passion, bro. If I didn't have to work for money, all I would do is just be in the car stuff, bro. That's my piece.
So,
right there.
So are you the type of guy that likes to soup your car up and put a bunch of different pieces? That's your thing, or you just like collecting cars? Like, what's your?
Probably a little bit of both. Like, if I had the free time, like it's certain stuff like I do myself. Some of the more technical, bigger stuff, I'm gonna take it to a shop, but I'm gonna enjoy like me picking out the part. Like you got people that like that, and with computers, like they'll get a shell of a computer, they'll buy every single piece and part to it to make this supercomputer. That's kind of how I am with cars to a certain degree. And I had to scale back when I started having these children because two babies ain't gonna fit. Two car seats don't look too cool in a two-door coupe, my boy. But
that is true.
But I am motivated. I told my wife this weekend, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna get me an expensive sports car, but I do want to get me something I can kind of just play around with in the garage. But eventually, man, my dream vehicle at this point, it done changed. It used to be like these crazy, super fast cars and super small. But now at this point, bro, if I can get me for the car heads out here, y'all know what I'm talking about. If I can get me an Escalade V. It is the big Escalade. The brand new ones, they look so good. This just got a Corvette motor in them, a supercharged Corvette motor in them, and a big ass Escalade. That's the joint right there, bro. A lot of money, but
so fast and luxury. That's what you're kind of
fast
looking for.
and big. Yeah, I can take the family and go 100 miles an hour. Y'all still can't catch me. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, dog.
Yeah, bro. So that's what I would definitely be shooting to get one of them at some point in the next couple of years. That's my goal anyway. But I gotta come back and just real quick, and we're gonna get into it because I know we kind of short on time, bro. You know, I came on this show last week and I shitted on my show that I said was my favorite, Paradise.
Yes, you did.
Bro, episode 7 came out last night, my boy.
It was heat.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So everything that I said last week about Paradise, I'm not gonna give it the story away.
Yeah.
One ear out the other. Don't listen
Disregard
to nothing I said. Just get through episode 6 and make it to episode 7. The setup for the last episode, for the finale of this show, Paradise on Hulu. I don't got no ads, no nothing. King Meeks. Turn it on, bro. Turn it on. Had me at 12 o'clock at night. Like, what am I watching right now? In a good way. Like, this thing just turned up in another crazy way, man.
But it was locked in.
Yeah, man. But enough about me, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. What up, Ed? What's going on with you, my boy? This is gonna be a little shorter show.
Real I'm gonna say one more funny thing. If Kenny's watching, insane watching. If anyone knows my brother Edward Franklin Hayes IV,
why you put that my whole name out there like that?
He says his full name on everything. He doesn't care. But Kenny actually thought that me and Edward were twins, like actual twins. It was off a joke that Drew, man. I'm not gonna say the joke that Drew did because it's very non-appropriate for an air joke. It wasn't a racist joke, but I can't say it. But Kenny actually thought me and Edward were twins. It was the first time, like the Blood City Media people saw us in the same place at the same time. So if y'all seen my brother, do y'all think we look like twins? Because I have to put this to rest because he's 6 years older than me, and the fact that people thought we were actually twins, that kind of blew me. I just had to throw that little ticket in when you said
you done cut your hair. Because he got less a regular haircut like you, right?
No, he got his hair out. He got his hair out now.
Okay, I about to say, damn, y'all probably look like damn twin. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. He do.
Your literal name is Fourth. You have a 4 in your tag, my boy. Like everybody knows your name, dog. Like whatever. You all right.
That guy really got you out here, bro. He's fine. Man. Yeah, hey, y'all look. I could tell the difference, but shit, y'all, it's definitely close. Definitely close for sure. You say y'all how many years apart?
He will be 28 this year, so we're like 5.5, 6 years apart.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and people legit thought we were twins when Edward pulled up, and it was very funny to see people's reaction when we told them that we were not.
Y'all same height?
Yeah, about same height. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's over with. I can see.
I guess
if somebody ain't paying attention, y'all at a club, you know what I'm saying? It's dark, lights low, and all that. Yeah, y'all can probably, you know what I'm saying, pull off a switcheroo for sure.
Something like that. Anyway, let's get on top, bro. We've been talking too much.
For sure. We're gonna jump right into it, man. Today is gonna be, like I said, short episode. Pretty much gonna be a full what you want to, no bluffing episode. We're gonna run right through these topics because one, it ain't a lot. I always give the just do that I can to the daily hosts that are talking about absolutely hardly nothing when it comes to Grizzly basketball because there ain't nothing to talk about. Shout out to Cam Thomas. Ain't shit funny. Like, it ain't nothing really entertaining right now. So I salute y'all, man, that do it every day because even for me personally, I don't know about you, Evan, but coming in here once a week talking about this, it's rough. And so we're going to end on today. We got a special topic. Y'all probably kind of heard a little bit bits and pieces on different shows before, but me and Evan really haven't had a chance to kind of get into it. It's a Grizz Twitter or Grizz Fan Civil War that's going on right now. We're going to end the show on that. But before we do that, we're going to jump right into the NCAA tournament. Week 1 was amazing, man. Fireworks all through I was about to say the association. Not the association yet for these guys, but, man, it was a lot of good basketball. I tried to watch as much as I could. If you sat down in front of your TV Saturday and Sunday, I mean, probably every game you watch, for the most part, was a decent game for sure. So for this first topic, Evan, I don't want to kind of get too specific in the players because we're gonna do that on the next topic. But just from a standpoint of games, man, what were some of the games that stood out to you as far as matchup wise, things like that? And then going into week 2, we are on the Sweet 16 going on starting on Thursday. So I'll let you just kind of, man, free reign over whatever you want to, whichever way you want to take this.
Well, yeah, when I watch the NCAA tournament, being that I'm in college now, like it kind of hits home a little bit different more, being I go to a smaller, low major institution. But I love the upsets. We saw number 9 Iowa knock out Florida. We saw High Point upset Wisconsin in the first round, and they gave Arkansas. Well, I want to say our. We're Arkansas fans this year. We gave them a scare. Texas came out from the first 4, beat NC State in the first round. In the first 4, then they upset BYU, then they upset Gonzaga. Duke had some great showings. It's been a lot of great games. I'm trying to look at Kansas. They lost to St. John's at the buzzer last night. Louisville, South Florida was a good game. I'm just looking at the games right now. Clemson and Iowa in the first round was a great game. So it's been a great first 4 days of basketball. When it comes to just going into the Sweet 16, I think Duke is going to get knocked off by St. John's. That's my very kind of hot take. I believe Duke's going through a gauntlet, being that they are not going to make the Final Four, and I feel like they finally will meet their end at St. John's. Rick Pitino just has those guys playing the best they have all season right now, so I can't wait to see that. UConn versus Michigan State. That's going to be a great game. Again, Tom Izzo, Dan Hurley. It's kind of crazy that all these OG coaches are still at the top of the game in college basketball. Like, I know we talk about all this NIL and all that, but it still seems like coaching matters. When it comes to coaching, I want to shout out Ben McCollum, the coach from Iowa. I did not know this until this past weekend. He was at a D2. He won 4 national championships at D2. He was in Northwest Missouri. Then he was at Drake last year, led them to a 31-win season and an NCAA tournament win. And now he's at his home state of Iowa and led them to the Sweet 16, knocking off the number 1 seed Florida at the buzzer. Coaching still matters in 2026. That's been my big takeaway over these first 4 games of action. Yes, the basketball has been great. The shot making, the stars are playing great. We're going to get into the players later. But coaching freaking matters. You still got Rick Pitino, John Calipari, all these guys that Tom Izzo, all these guys that have been the top of the game for the past decade, 2 decades. They're still at the top of the game. And you still have blue bloods like Duke still doing thing with John Shire. He's a great coach. So my biggest takeaway has been coaching matters, because I love to see the chess matches in these games, because it's been great to see.
Man, absolutely. That Florida game, I'm going to be honest, I guess you could say I've been on upset watch all weekend, because I was rooting for Arizona to lose last night, mainly because, like you said, we Arkansas fans. I did not want to see them having to go up against them, but I will say it is some chink in that armor that I'm seeing from Arizona.
Oh, yeah,
like,
for sure.
They perform well. They got some great players. I think Brayton Burns is going to be a good professional player. Cole Pete, I think you get him into the right development system. I think he's going to be solid. But, man, that Arkansas team, they are literally clicking at the perfect and the right time. So I'm enjoying what I've seen from them. Trying to think who else. I mean, that Vandy team, they will,
that close from going to by 0.5 centimeters off the rim of being to the Sweet 16 to playing. I would have loved to see Vandy versus Iowa. I'm sorry. Them guards, both teams. I'm not want to, no disrespect to Nebraska, but just when it comes to a visual aspect, being I saw Vanderbilt in person this year, I feel like them against Iowa would have been a great game. I'm sorry, I had to keep with. I thought it's another Gordon Hayward situation. Gordon Hayward against Duke in national championship. That's what that shot reminded me of. Being that it was that close to just shifting the whole thing of the NCAA tournament. So that was another great game as well.
What's your thoughts on the Kentucky situation, bro? Like, I feel like if they would have had Jaden Quainix playing, they would have went probably much further than what they did. But what's your thoughts on them?
I agree, but thing is, they also had to get bailed out by a half-court buzzer beater to even get sent to overtime in their game. So I grew up not liking Kentucky because John Calipari was there, so I don't have any love loss against Kentucky at all. So yes, they had Jaden Quainix they would probably going farther, but I didn't have them going far within that. They have been very up and down in the SEC. They haven't won the top team in the SEC. I know they got bounced out, I think, in the second or third round of the SEC tournament. Right. So I give their coach credit. I can't remember his name, but he did a great coaching job to put them in position with their best player, who's projected to be a lottery pick, not being. I think he's only played 5 games this season, Jaden Quainix. But the fact he got him there is if that. But I didn't have them winning another game, on top of that. And they had to get bailed out by a last-second prayer. But, that's March, and crazy things happen.
So we're going to run through these Week 16 matchups. I want you to give me your winners. If you got any surprises, let me know. I'm going to start from the top, man. So we got Duke and St. John's.
Yeah, like I said,
you got coming out of that
I got St. John's winning.
Duke, they a little bit hampered. That makes sense. I'm with you on that one. You got Michigan State, UConn. Who you got coming out of that game?
I feel like that's going to be the game of the weekend, honestly. It could go either way, but I just think UConn has looked better in the first two games than Michigan State was. But I see that game being a one-possession game.
Got you. All right, so we already talked about Iowa, Nebraska. Well, a little bit. Iowa, Nebraska. Who you got coming out of one? Is what's his name? Is Bennett? How you pronounce his last name?
The dude for Nebraska.
Iowa.
Iowa. Bennett
Struts.
I think Struts.
Yeah,
like
man. Is he gonna pull another magic out the trick out the hat? I can't even talk today. Is he gonna pick another trick out the hat? Is he gonna pull another trick out the hat?
Yeah, I think Iowa continues a Cinderella run. I think Ben McCollum is one of the best coaches, not in just college basketball, best coaches in the world with his track record of winning. And I don't think Nebraska has shown anything. I don't think they have an X factor on their court. From what I've seen these past few weekends. Did you hear me?
It broke out a little bit. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Let's go with Houston, Illinois. Who you got? That man, I'm seated for that one. I got my popcorn ready for that.
Zach Kleiman is seated for that one because he's one of those. Whoever comes out that game is going to be whoever Zach Kleiman drafts probably. But like I said before, Houston is my pick to win the whole thing, so I got to be consistent. I think Flemings is a better prospect. I feel they have the better coach. So yeah, I think Houston wins that, and they're going to continue to hopefully win it all if my bracket's correct.
All right, I ain't gonna ask you this because I know we root. Well, no, I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna hold you to this. We want Arkansas to win.
Yeah.
But who do you got coming out of that matchup between them and Arizona?
I'm staying 10 toes.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure.
I'm staying 10 toes. I think it's NCAA tournament. Yes, coaching matters, but yes, guard play matters as well. And I believe the guard play of Arkansas and their duo, I think they have the best backcourt in the country, at least who's remaining in this tournament. Darius Acuff is a walking nuke on the offensive side of the ball, and I feel like against Brian Bullins, I'm taking Acuff 10 times out of 10. And of course, Calipari is a great coach as well. So yeah, I got Arkansas. Keep going.
Let's do it. Next, we got Texas, Purdue. Texas on the run now.
Texas on the run, and I love Jordan Pope. I've been watching Jordan Pope, their lead guard Jordan Pope, since high school. He was prolific. He played with Jalen Green in high school, so he's played high-level basketball ever since he was a high school freshman. But unfortunately, I think the Cinderella run ends. It will be very, very crazy to see a team in the first four make it to Elite Eight. But I think Purdue, just top to bottom, is just a better team. They have great guard play, great bigs. They have guys that can do everything. So I think Purdue gets that one done.
For sure. All right, we got two more. Last two. We got Michigan, number 1 seed, going against Alabama, which I feel like they hitting all cylinders right now as well. Who you got coming out of that one?
That's a hard one. I think Michigan is definitely on upset watch. One of the guys that we're going to talk about later, LeBaron. I hate pronouncing his name because I think I pronounce his name wrong every time.
Fallon?
Yeah, Fallon. Yeah.
LeBaron Fallon, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing great basketball right now. But unfortunately, I don't feel like Alabama has enough to beat a collective Michigan team that's been playing great all year. So I feel like it's going to be a good game. But I think Michigan, like you said, chinks in the armor. Michigan has very few chinks in the armor. And one thing they do great, better than anyone in the country, is play some freaking defense. You got to play defense in the NCAA tournament, and they're one of the best defensive teams in the country. So I got Michigan coming out of that one.
Last one. I know who I got coming out of this one, man. Who you got between Tennessee and Iowa State?
We may be different on this. If you remember last week, I said Tennessee was my dark horse, and I'm going to continue with that. I believe they looked great in their game against Virginia, and they handily took care of Miami, Ohio. I think Iowa State hasn't been tested at all, and I feel like when you get to the tournament, I'd rather have people that have been battle tested earlier than later. They beat Tennessee State by 30, and they beat Kentucky by 20 or 19. So I believe Tennessee's going to punch them in the mouth early, and they won't be able to respond. So I actually have Tennessee making the Elite Eight.
Did Jefferson play for Iowa State in that Kentucky game? He hurt. He was hurt, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt.
They 20-pieced them without their best player, bro. I don't know.
No disrespect to Nolan Smith for Tennessee State, but it's Tennessee State. They play in the OVC.
I got it.
Kentucky was a 7 seed for a reason, like without their best player. So I'm taking. I hate Tennessee. This is someone that hates Tennessee. People know I do not like anything Tennessee sports related.
Yeah,
but they're making it to the Elite Eight.
Yeah. I don't really got too many problems with anything you said on here. I think we pretty much, for the most part, align on everyone. Probably outside of that one, bro. I think Nate, I've said it before. He's on my potential buzz list when it comes into this draft. Yeah, he's high up on that, right there along with Christian Anderson Jr. He really boosted his bust potential for me last night. That game against Alabama, I was looking for him, to come out and battle with Phylon. And he showed me nothing, bro. I'm like, this dude is, if he come out right now, he's looking real backup-ish. And probably don't even look better than Javon Small, who just, is on a two-way for us. So, I think Tennessee, I'm going to need Nate Ahmed to give them something, because if he don't, I think if Jefferson come back, I didn't even check on his injury status. Like, I don't know if he's done for the tournament or not, but hopefully he can get back for that game. I hope so, because I think if he plays, I don't even think it's a question. That just, I don't know. Maybe it's a hater of Tennessee and me. Maybe. I don't know.
I feel that.
Yeah, man. So let's go ahead and we're gonna kind of double down into the tournament a little bit more. As y'all know, a lot of us, especially as Grizzly fans, are tuned in this tournament in a different way this year. Number one, it's so many prospects. This is probably the most, at least, fun and excitement I've had in college basketball. Even if I probably wasn't going to be watching the team in the lottery, like the Grizzlies, I think I still would be tapping a little bit more. But these guys are exciting to watch, man. But with so many draft prospects, you don't know where they're going to land. Seems like every draft board has people sporadically different. Who are your guys that you've seen over this first week of the tournament that have either been draft risers, like, the tournament has made them their stock rise, or you got guys that probably have worsened their draft stock just based off their showing in the tournament?
I have multiple guys for each list. So do you want to go 1-1, or do you want to just list all my rises, list all my followers, and explain why?
Let's start with losers first. Let's do all the losers. Let's see who you got that dropped the stock.
Okay, you already took one of my guys, so I'm gonna let you. I'll throw that to you. But I'm gonna say Darren Peterson has played himself out of the #1 overall draft pick. For most of the year, it's kind of been him and DeBanza that's been kind of back and forth, and along with Boozer. I'm gonna pull up his. I had his stats pulled up. What I thought of him. Yes. Okay. On the year, he's averaging 20.2 points, 4.2 rebounds, 1.6 assists. But if you look at his games in the tournament and in the Big 12 tournament, he has not been consistent. He's not been shooting efficiently. He had 21 points in the game against St. John's where they lost, but he shot 33.3% from the field and 37% from the three-point line. In that game, he started off 2 for 4, but then he went 0 for 8 for his next shots. And he also missed some crucial free throws down the stretch. In the NCAA tournament, I'm looking for the best players to be the difference why those teams won. And he was not. He was not the difference. In the game against CBU, and only an 8-point win, they struggled against CBU. That's the game I expected Darren Peterson and just Kansas in general to just separate themselves against a 13 seed. Yeah, he had 20. He had 28 points, but it took him 30. What's up, JD? It took him 30. He had to play 37 minutes to get 28 points on a low major Division I program. Against Houston in the Big 12, he only had 14 points on 27.3% from the field goal. The game before that against TCU in a dogfight, he had 24 points, but again on 29.4% from the field. He's looking like a shot chucker. That's what he's looking like. When it comes to playing against physical defense, he doesn't seem to have the physicality to ward off defenders. Yes, he is a ultra talented guy, and he's going to get drafted in the top 5, maybe top 3. But I feel like he hasn't shown that if factor to be a franchise chasing player. When you're drafting a guy #1, #2, you're expecting that guy to change your franchise. I want to see a run out of Darren Peterson that says, I'm going to put Kansas on my back and lead us to the Elite Eight, to the Final Four. But from the Big 12 tournament to the NCAA tournament, he has not been undisputedly the best player on any of the games he's played.
Nah.
So I can't take that to say he should be the number one pick when he's not rising, no pun intended, the floor of the team that he's on, and he has a great coach and Bill Self behind him. Yeah. So along with all the controversy he had in the year about not playing some games or getting subbed out, and he had a subpar NCAA tournament, I feel like he's played himself outside the number one pick, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes 4 or 5.
Damn, 4 or 5.
Yep.
Hot take. I'm messing with it though.
Yeah. So you want to go my next, or you want to go your first?
Peterson was mine for every reason that you said as
people.
well. I'm gonna jump to my next one just because you hit it home all the way on that one. He reminds me of another player that we're not having the best situation with right now as well, mentality wise. I don't know if I want to go through that again.
No, I do not.
I'll be honest, I ain't put this on wax on Twitter, but I've texted through separate group chats this thought of where I see him is. I've heard a lot of Kobe comparisons of DP the whole season, and I have never seen it, but I didn't say nothing because I'm like, all right, maybe I'm tripping. Like maybe my eyes, what I'm evaluating, maybe I'm just not seeing it yet. The more and more I watch this dude tape, bro, and once I got to this realization, I can't shake it no more.
Yeah.
Watch that dude's tape and tell me he does not play and look exactly like Jalen Green.
I feel like he's a little less athletic, but I can see what you're saying. He's not above the rim like Jalen Green, but when it comes to the shot creating aspect and his shot selection, it is very similar to Jalen Green, especially Jalen Green coming out of high school and his G League Ignite tape. So it looks very similar. It
looks like a pure like spitting image, and I'm like, don't know if I'm picking Jalen Green number 1 in hindsight. I just don't know if I'm doing that. So I'm with you on that one. I talked about Nate Ahman already. He is almost said, bro, you might need to go back to school one more year. Territory for me, just to solidify yourself. Got some things he needs to work on. But my biggest one for me, it just kind of just really killed his stock, bro. Like I said, it's that Christian Anderson kid. I hate to kind of rehash it off this last one, but those are the 3 guys that I've looked at, and I'm like, if I'm an NBA GM, like y'all have literally went out here, and any hope of going in the lottery for Anderson Jr., to me that's cooked. You're talking about a guy that might be 6'3", 6'4", might got a little decent height on him, but you talking about just wiry, like he's already thin. You lose JT Toppin, where it's really on a platter for you to go in here and do your deal, and you just don't do it. Those are my 3 guys that I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if you got anybody else that like has dropped on your board. If you want to jump to the risers, we can go there.
Yeah, my other guy was Ament too. Like I looked at a lot of draft boards before we got on the show, and a lot of guys have him in the top 10 and just at least top 8 to 10 range. And on the year, he has great numbers: 16.9 points, 6.4 rebounds, 2.3 assists on 40% from the field. But just when it matters, he has not been consistent. He had 16 points in their win against Virginia, played well. He shot inefficiently, 36.4% from the field. But the game before that against Miami, Ohio, he had 0 points in 18 minutes, where he was not in foul trouble. He had 18 minutes, 0 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block, and 3 turnovers against Miami, Ohio. I guess they were a great Cinderella story. But if you're a top 10 pick, you should handily take care of that team and be the reason why your team take care of that team. But then against Vandy in ACC tournament, he had 12 points against Vandy on 7.7% from the field and 0% from 3-point line. But then he had another great game before that against Auburn, 27 points, 46.7% from the field, 66.7% to 3-point line. But the game before that against Alabama, he only had 2 points. I cannot have a top 10 pick that is that inconsistent. That's just the past 5 games I'm talking about. But in tournament time, you want your best players playing great.
You gotta shine, bro.
You gotta shine. So you can't have a top 10 projected pick, but 0-1 point game 27, 12, 24. And then he's shooting inefficiently on a great Tennessee team. I just can't vibe with that, bro. So yeah, Nate Emmett was my second guy.
Gotcha. Who you got for your risers, man? We got guys that have rised up in the board. I'm gonna tell you who you can't choose. Can't choose A-Cup.
Okay. Oh, that goes without freaking saying. That goes. I'm gonna just hit on that for 5 seconds.
All right, go ahead.
I think he's playing too well for us to get him. I really hope I'm wrong.
He pissing me off, bro.
He's pissing me. He's playing.
He's pissing me off so bad.
He's getting outside of our range now. At first, he was like,
better start slandering him on Twitter. Like, bro, he sucked, bro. He's a bitch. He's a little person.
He's a little person. He's Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah,
out of Washington. Like he's on every draft board. He's been like 5 through 8. He's finna get into the top 4, top 3. Like he's playing too freaking well right now.
He's pissing me off, bro.
He is. I'm like, he's playing too well. But my number one riser that a lot of people aren't talking about is Cohen Carr out of Michigan State University. During the season, he was only averaging 12 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 1.2 assists. You know, he was a very uber athletic guy, a super versatile shot maker from all 3 levels. But during the tournament, he's been playing great. In their last round of game against Louisville, he had 21 points, 50% from the 3-point line, 61% from the 3-point line. Against their game against North Dakota State, 17 points, 50% from the 3-point line, 75% from the field goal. And then the game where they lost against UCLA, again, he had 12 points, 28 minutes, 55% from the field goal. Their game against Rutgers, he had 21 points, 66.7% from the free throw line. So in the past, 5 games, he's shooting above 50% from the field, and he's averaging around 16 to 17 points. I know everyone loves the highlight dunks he has. In fact, he's a lefty. He just has that trampoline type athleticism. But he's been a very great defender throughout the season, but then he's showing his shot making ability. So I know he hasn't been on many people's draft boards, especially in the first round. He's a junior, so the NBA draft doesn't like drafting juniors and seniors. But if he continues this level of play and is one of the reasons why Michigan State can go to the Final Four, I can see him being a late first-round draft pick or maybe even an early second-round draft pick.
Yeah, I like Carr, bro. I've been keeping up with him and the other Carr that's in Baylor. Obviously, they ain't in the tournament or whatnot.
Yeah.
But him in particular, I really see a lot of Omax in him as far as a guy that can, on the next level, if nothing else, can come in and just affect the game defensively, get out on the break, be uber athletic, give you some highlights like you said. So I like that pick. For me, I hate to go back Arkansas, bro, but Malik, it's probably more so because he's been disrespected this whole season on draft boards. Malik Thomas, bro, it's no way that guy is going. I'm looking at Tankathon right now. They got him going 37 in the draft. If he keeps up what he's doing, we got it. Acuff is a top 3 player in this draft, talent-wise, in my opinion.
Yep.
Malik Thomas, bro, he's a guy that, depending upon what team he goes to, and I said this on Twitter, I would not be mad if I got both of them guys on the Grizzlies next year. One, you got 2 dogs, but the talent, he's been a top guy in his class this whole time. Gifted offensive player that can score with anybody, and his confidence through the roof, bro. He's at 37 right now. I think when this tournament is over, if they do what we think they can possibly do, he's easily first round. He's not going to be in this. If you wait to the second round to get him, I'm sorry, you about to miss it. Because that dude right there, he's got it, bro. He's got it. I think Braden Smith as well. He's playing pretty well. I'm gonna give some love to my white brethren. He's playing really well. I think he's definitely, just solidifying his draft stock. You got 1 or 2 more you want to hit on before we jump to the next topic?
Yeah, one of my guys was Fallon, but we kind of talked about him earlier. I wasn't a big believer on him just throughout the year, but being that Aiden Holloway is not playing for legal reasons, he has been pretty much the sole ball handler for Alabama, and he's been solid throughout the SEC tournament and the NCAA tournament. The last game, he had only 9 points, but he had 12 assists against Texas Tech. And then the game before that, he had over 20 points, and again, great assist to turnover ratio. So if we miss out on Acuff, I'm more inclined to say if we get Fallon as our guard of the future, and we're going to talk about that whole thing in the next segment, I wouldn't be mad at all. Of course, I want Acuff, but Fallon is my second in charge. But the guy who I really want to talk about, he's probably won't declare for the draft this year, but in my opinion, he's been playing very well. It's the brother of Cameron Boozer, Caden Boozer. If y'all don't know, Caleb Foster was the starting point guard for Duke for a majority of the season. 5-star recruit, freshman, all that. But he got hurt. So Caden Boozer has stepped into that starting point guard position. If you look at his season numbers, only averaging 7.5 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. But in the tournament, he's been playing solid. He had 9 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists against TCU. against SIE. He had 19 points. Playing damn near the entire game, 5 assists. In the ACC tournament, he had 16 points against Virginia, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. The game before that against Clemson, another 16-point game on a great assist-to-turnover ratio. Obviously, he didn't get blessed with the physical intangibles that his dad and his brother got, and he didn't have the athleticism that jumps off the board, but he's been very solid in his starting point guard position.
Yeah.
Am I saying he's playing great enough to get a first-round pick next year? I mean, this year? Probably not, because he hasn't put that much on tape to justify that. But if he, I don't want to say leads, but helps his brother lead Duke to a Final Four, and he can build on a great season next year with him getting the keys to the offense, maybe, I can see Candy Boozer being a very high-level prospect. If he does go in the draft this year, I can see him being a mid to early second-round pick just off of just potential alone, and I feel like he can be a good serviceable guy on any team in the NBA that needs kind of some depth in the point guard position. So I want to shout out, I know everybody's talking about Cameron, but I want to shout out Caden as well, because he's really impressed me with how he has got the opportunity and been capitalized on it with the injury of Caleb Foster.
Yeah, it's funny right here. So I got a fear of players that have always played with a sibling. I'm with you, because it had. Well, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
A lot of the twins that we've seen. Let's talk about the Morris twins. Like, most people recognize Marcus for his play more than they recognize Markeith, and they both were like serviceable role players. Neither one of them were, after college anyway at Kansas, they didn't really do anything as far as star players in the league. But you got them two. Then you got the Griffin brothers. Most people don't even realize that Blake Griffin has a brother at this point, unless you really tapped into basketball. Taylor Griffin was terrible. I don't know if he even made a summer league roster when he came out. Probably did, but yeah, like, I'm thinking of who else? The Harrison twins. More
or less.
Like it really, like, that gap between them, I think, helps those guys a lot. Like, when they 3-4 year gap, you look at Marcus T. Like, he was able to come into the league and get a little bit of time at the backup guard. He wasn't as good as his brother in the NBA, but like, those guys that got a little bit of time between them usually work out a little bit better. The Ball brothers is a better example of that. LaMelo, he got to play up his whole life, and we see what he's done compared to the other two. So I feel that, bro. I feel that. Do you know the story of them though? Like the Boozer twins?
Nah, what's the story of them?
Like, I done got so much more respect for them dudes. I make it real brief. So Carlos Boozer and his wife, they had a son, and he ended up having, I want to say it was, he had an illness. I'm gonna say that because I don't want to put the wrong illness on him, but he had an illness. I want to say it was leukemia. I may be wrong. And they needed to get a blood transfusion. Bro, they went through IVF. And what this is basically is where doctors go into the wife, the woman, they take out all of the eggs that she's ever gonna have, and in this situation they did. Sometimes they'll just pull a couple. They pulled out all of her eggs, which I think she said she had 27 in her at the time, and only 2 were a match. Put both of them joints back in after they did the process, mixed it up, made the babies, implanted them back into her, and they were able to basically help their brother live. So now it's 3 of them. They were born together, but that's why you see they different heights. They look different. Like, they were basically made twins. And
wow, like, it is crazy. That's God.
It's wild, crazy, bro. Yeah. It's wild. So shout out to modern medicine. Shout out to technology. I know a lot of people that like can't have kids or they have difficulty having kids. They utilize those benefits with IVF. Yeah. I even joke with my wife that if this next child is a girl, we will be doing IVF to get that boy, because I can't be in the house by myself. I'm sorry, bro. Like, we will go pick the boy out of your eggs if you have one available. That's crazy.
I respect that.
Yeah, man, that's hilarious. But yeah. Oh, the Barton brothers, talk about it. Yep.
Yeah. But then you got like the Thompson twins. They're both good. You got the Curry brothers. They're both good. Even though there's a little distance between them as well. Like, there's been situations where the brothers, Brooke and Robin Lopez, they're both good players. And yes, Brooke is better than Robin, but they're both good. So there has been situations where the brothers have both been good in the NBA as well. Yep.
The other Boozer is in school for real?
I didn't know that.
Like, he just go to Florida. Like, he plays baseball. Oh, that's what's up.
Whole family of athletes. That's dope.
That's what's up. I did not know that. Man, they got a dope story, bro. That's like amazing. I can't wait for the the Lifetime movie on that one.
That's for real.
That shit is interesting.
The 30 for 30 documentary, when both of the dudes make the league and they're like, 5 to 10 years,
right?
30 for 30 documentary, they'll tell the whole, cinematic story.
It's insane, bro. Last one I'm gonna touch on. I just want to get your opinion as well. People may look at this some kind of way. I think Yasser Lindenberg is doing a lot for his draft stock too. Like, I want to say for the majority of the season, he was hovering around like that, anywhere from 14 to 17 range.
Yeah.
This board I'm looking at right now got him at 13. I think you could make a case, depending upon he keeps up this play, that you could see him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go like 9 or 10. Like, he just I get it, he's older, but like that dude is solid as hell, bro. Like physically and psychologically and talent-wise, he's just a solid all-around player. It's not much that he can't do. And if he can just not be a goofball in the NBA, because he got some goofiness to him, bro, that I'm like, his interviews is what's going to really make or break him, I think, in this draft cycle. If he does good on the interview circuit, I think he'll be fine. If he goes out there and is a goofball the way that he has been in the media, I don't know.
Yeah, I like that though. He has been playing well. That he wasn't on the first guy in my mind, but when I really think about it, I can see why he's here. That another guy, I can't think of his name. It's the big man from Florida. Gosh, what's that dude's name? He's like uber duper athletic. Gosh, I can't remember his name. It just slipped my freaking mind. We can keep moving. He'll probably come to me the next segment. But he's been playing so well. I know Florida just lost, but anyway, yeah, you can keep moving.
Say, which one you talking about? Oh. Saint Asylum. That's the one you talking about, right? I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Man, that was a fun time, bro.
After hours.
Man, we had some
was popping off.
Yeah, we had some interesting conversations on that one. That was for sure.
Thomas Hall, that's his name. Thomas Hall. That dude from Florida. He's been playing well. He's a junior, 6'9" junior. I believe he was the defensive player of the year in the SEC. So yes, he's been playing well as well. So I think he had 19 points in the game against Iowa, 14 points in the game before that. I wanted to shout out him. He's playing very
good player, bro.
He's a good player.
He's another one of them dudes on my list that, depending on how that first round shakes, if he ends up being the pick, I'm not mad.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not mad at all.
Yeah.
We're gonna what we looking like on time, man? I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna jump right into it.
We can get 5 minutes. We can get 3-5 minutes out of this.
Yeah. We can knock it out. All right, man. So, main topic of the day. We ain't even gonna do no commercials. We running right through this junk. I say Grizz Twitter, but I really should have took that out and just said Grizz fans, because I stepped my toe into Grizz Facebook unintentionally. And it was the same bullshit over there. So I should have just said Grizzly fans. I've even had personal phone calls outside of social media that kind of like had the same sentiment. And it's just a civil war right now. To piggyback on the tournament, to piggyback on the draft, it's a lot of infighting within the Grizz fan base right now in regards to what the draft strategy should be. Whether it's okay if you've accepted where things are with Ja, if you think or believe that they will indeed move on from him this offseason, are you of the mind frame that you should go to this draft to replace him at the point guard position, or do you go for best player available? You have some people in the mind frame of, no, I'm holding on for every inch and piece of hope that Ja will be here no matter what, and we should replace Jaren Jackson Jr. And you have other people that say, you know what, screw both of them dudes. I just want the best player on the board, period. I want the best for my team, and that's all I care about. I'll say my thoughts to kind of come up, on the rear here, but like, what's your thoughts on that conversation? Do you believe, first of all, where do you stand in that? Yes, I get it. Like, we're fans of A-Cup, but like, if we end up with the number one pick, more than likely, this may not be the guy you go with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, what is your draft strategy going into this draft, depending upon where we land in the lottery? But then too, like, what's your thoughts on the infighting that's going on? Because it's done got crazy, bro. I'll be honest.
Number one, being that we still don't know where we're gonna pick it, and it's still a lot of juxtaposition that can happen between now and the lottery. I am a best player available type of guy. I know I've been raving about A-Cuff, and I really like Caleb Wilson. The more film I watch from him, so those are like the shoe-in, probably Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. I guess replacements. If you don't get the Cameron Boozers and the AJ DeBancers, that's like if you could plug those into those positions. But being that we don't know, and being this draft on paper is so deep, I just want the best player available. Because if this draft is deep as people say it is, you're gonna find a guy that can be a pillar to your franchise, no matter that's the best player, at least one of the 2, 3, 4 players you need. So that's what I think. When we actually get our position, if we end up getting a number 4 pick, my answer may change a little bit. But if we end up in the 6 to 8 range, I'm a best player available type guy, because as much as I love Acuff, as much as I love Caleb Wilson, they're probably not going to be there if we're drafting between 6 and 8, especially unless Acuff has just a drastic drop off in the next game, and Caleb Wilson's not going to play another basketball game because North Carolina's eliminated. So, doesn't really matter. When it comes to the infighting, it is so stupid. I love that y'all care. I love that y'all are invested. No one, I'm not surprised, because the Grizz fan base, I'm not gonna say we're toxic, but we keep up the most stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we
toxic, bro. Go on, say it.
Okay. We're a little toxic. We're a little toxic. Like we're the most extreme to non-extreme like fan base I've seen on social media. So the fact that I've seen guys criticizing Acuff, because that's who Grizzly fans have fell in love with, because they want to protect, they want to keep Ja, is crazy to me. Seeing people that are praising Ja because they want to, or just menacing what Ja has done because they just want to get off of him. Like, it's just crazy. Nuances in every situation. So the fact that we're living in the extremes, no matter who the prospect is or whatever draft position and draft strategy we go to, is crazy to me, because we don't know where we're picking it. We don't know how these guys are going to do interviews. We don't know who's going to do the combine. Like, it's so much stuff that can happen between here and the draft lottery and the NBA draft. Zach Clown may get a deal once we get a pick that we trade for another star. And then the rebuild is say, after rebuild, we finna get things going again. Like, the Gracies have so many draft assets and just opportunities to go in a lot of different directions. We just gotta wait and see. I know we hate that because, that's how basketball fans are. We're very impatient. But we still have 16 games left for the basketball season. So we have to get through that, get through the whole playoffs, and then we can start talking about, draft stuff. So I understand that's a long time, but there's so much time and there's so much possibilities to get there, to get to that eventual end point. It's just crazy the fact that we're so passionate on either side of it when we have 2 to 3 months of waiting to do until we really figure out what direction we're going to go.
Yeah. For me, it's like, all right, nothing. If you take off the Grizz colored or Grizz tinted glasses, like nothing has pointed to that Ja situation being fixed. Like, I don't care that a NBA Central posted a tweet saying that Ja Morant wants to remain in Memphis. Like, okay, that could mean a lot. That could mean he wants to remain a Memphis Grizzly. That could, he wants to remain living in the city of Memphis. Don't want to uproot his whole family. He's waiting on a contract extension no matter what, because he want to get it here. He know if he goes somewhere else, he probably don't. Like, it's so many possibilities. And he could very well just want to stick it out, being a loyal person he is. And I don't think that's not true either. Like, I do think he's loyal to the situation, but nothing between the way that he's handled the situation and the front office, like they are basically sidestepping addressing the situation. And for me, that tells me everything I need to know, because in the past, they've never sidestepped this conversation. It's always been, all right, y'all, we got it. He messed up. We got his back. We're going to work with him to get better. It's not that no more. And whether I believe that the front office is right or wrong in that situation, again, this is what irritates me about the conversation, because people think because you have moved on from the idea or the concept of Ja in a Memphis jersey that you wanted this to happen, or you siding with the front office. You a Zach Kleiman Glazer, bro. If you listen to this show or follow me on Twitter, you know good and goddamn well I don't fool with Kleiman like that at all. I think a lot of the stuff that he's done, and I'll say it again, is half on Ja and it's half on him. For reasons that I'm not finna get into again, go back and run the episode. It's all in there. But to look the other way or to keep doubling down on it, it's just because you say it doesn't make it true, bro. Like, this boat is past. And I would rather bring in the guy that looks like he's going to be the next coming of the next great point guard to lead that ship. Now, like you said, if we end up with the number 1 pick, it's a hard conversation that I believe Zach Kleiman and his staff got to make, because on one hand, I think AJ DeBanster is the number one prospect, no matter what. I'm not a Cam Boozer guy. I'll take him on this roster. I just think, okay, he's solid, great. We still don't have that guy yet, though. Like you looking at Sid, Cam, and Edie, throw some Gigi in there, and you still don't really you really don't know what that team is unless you just give it time, because we don't know what's coming from that. We just don't. He might be a solid 20 and 10 guy for his whole career. I just don't know if he's the number one guy. AJ, we know, will be a number one guy at this next level. I think the tournament has proved that. That's the one guy we didn't talk about. It's kind of hard to really talk about a guy improving his stock when he's been top 3 the whole season anyway. But I think he's the undisputed number one pick in this draft. If you land number 2, for me, it's a conversation about A-Cup.
Oh, yeah,
it just is.
Yeah.
If you land number 3, and he's still on board, I might go and pick him. Yeah. That's just how I see it. Number 4 and 5 and go and so forth. It's like, all right, bro. At whatever point we get on the board, I think we should take him. But it's gonna be hard for me to pass up on a guy like Caleb Wilson. Those are my probably top 4 prospects: AJ, A-Cup, Wilson,
Peterson.
No, Boozer.
Okay, so you don't have Peterson in your top 4. That's wild.
Talent-wise, probably, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, with everything, if we put in the whole context around it, he's number 5 for me.
Yeah.
At this point. And so it's one of them things to where, like, if the best player on the board is him, I'm taking him.
Yeah.
And if I've already said that we're probably moving on, like, bro, I don't really understand the point of shitting on him.
Yeah.
Or even shitting on Ja. Like, I hate even having the conversation, because I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm not shitting on Ja. It's just more so I understand where the situation is. Like, I don't have nothing else to give. Like, how much praise do you want in a situation that a lot of this you have caused yourself? And so, like, I just don't get it. But you also got people that really, like, they mad and upset about the Jaren stuff, so now they want to redirect. We got to get a power forward. Bro, we still don't have a point guard. I'm sorry. Like, I love Ty Jerome, but he's a 6-man backup guy. Javon Small, I love what he's showing. He got time to develop. And Walter Clayton,
hit the road, Jack, and don't come back no more.
Yeah, so it just, I see it both ways. I got my favorites, obviously, but, like, if it ain't AJ, bro, like, what are we doing? Like, trade back a spot or 2? Like, I don't really see the point of even taking a swing on somebody. Like, we know it's only 1 or 2, like, true generational talents in this draft. Maybe 3. 3 and impossible.
For me, it's only 2. I think DeBanster and A-Cup are the only surefire number 1s, franchise-changing guys in this draft. Honestly, I just think DeBanster and A-Cup. Like, I like Peterson talent-wise, but all the personal or personality stuff, it kind of turns me off, falls on him. And the fact that
I'm scared on missing out on Wilson, bro. I don't know, though.
Wilson is my 3. But again, me and my dad talk about this a lot of time, because he's more of a Wilson. I like Caleb Wilson. I've become more like high on him as I've watched more film on him.
Yeah.
People are saying KG. I don't personally see Kevin Garnett.
I see it, dog.
I don't personally. That's just from what I've seen. I feel like he's, and I hate to say this, I feel like he's a more polished version of Jaren coming out. I feel like he's Jaren with a better handle, a better outside shot. He's a great defensively. He can play it. He can guard 1 through 4, 1 through 5.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't want Wilson, but we already had a Caleb Wilson in my eyes for the past 8 years.
The mentality is different, though.
The mentality is different.
Because if Jaren had a goddamn motor, we know. We know what we would have had.
Yeah, and I agree with that point 100%. That's why we have to get the guy in the building to see what. But again, that's the point of drag. We don't know till we get him in the building. So for me, it's only A-Cup and not Peterson, A-Cup and DeBanster, and right under there is Wilson. Everybody else is fitting into a piece that you need that can push your franchise forward. But in my opinion, there's only 2 guys. So if we get the number 1 and number 2 pick, those are the 2 guys I want in the Grizzly jersey. I don't care what the situation is. Yeah. A-Cup is a defensive dynamo, and we talking about who being a Kobe. DeBaster's closer to Kobe than freaking Peterson. Like, I'm not saying I see Kobe, but just his winning mentality,
overall impact.
Just overall impact on game. That's who's a Kobe type of player.
Yeah.
So going back to the main topic at hand, like with this whole Grizz sphere, how people see it, like we just got to wait and see how it plays out, and just kind of being so demonstrative on either side of the coin. Like it's just, I don't know, man. It's, I can't even describe it, bro. Because if we end up saying, yeah, if Zach Kleiman ends up saying once the season started in October, if he's saying we're committed to Ja Morant again, and Ja Morant has told us he's gonna act right, cool. Then we gotta play with that. We gotta play with that scenario and that Arsenal timeline. We just don't think that's gonna happen. So
and it still is a ticking time bomb at that point too, because it's gonna be some bullshit if that happen again. Like so
being that we're trying to make the best out of a bad situation. So even if, like I even said on the show last week, I don't even care if Josh's still here. If A-Cuff's still on the board, I'm still picking A-Cuff. I don't care. I swear to God, I don't care.
Figure it out later.
Like, if Josh get pissed off, hey, bro, get pissed off. I want that kid right there. Yep. So we just got to see how it plays out at this point.
Somebody I had a conversation with on Twitter, and I'll be honest, I kind of wrote him off initially, and I'm like, bro, hell no. The more I sat back and thought about it, I'm trying to lean that way if it happens. What if they come to some kind of agreement where they're like, you know what, we're gonna play this out, we're gonna see what the offers will be. Just come in, be a great teammate, get your stats up, get your value up, lead this team, and we'll see what happens at the trade deadline. If we can find a better destination, a better deal for us, just come in and be a professional. Show us that you can do that. Maybe we even give an extension and trade like we did Jaren. But just come in and be cool. But I do want to let you know we're bringing in this cat, Darius Acuff. We're bringing him in.
Yeah.
The persons, the correlation they were making was to the San Antonio situation where they went in, brought in a guy like De'Aaron Fox that should have been their surefire point guard. Then you bring in a guy like Castle that really could do both. Like he can play the 2 guard, he can play the 1 guard, but he's also a great athletic defender. Like just a great prospect. And then the year after that, you bring in a Dylan Harper. It's like we got 3 guys that can have the ball in their hand. 2 are more probably the future than the other one. But like the main guy that we brought in, he's not rocking the boat. We're winning.
Yeah.
Like it's successful. So like his whole thing was, could you bring them in and have a situation like that to kind of accelerate this rebuild, this retool or whatever? What's your thoughts on that? I think it's really going to have to play on Ja and his mental versus a guy like De'Aaron Fox that ain't taking it personal. Like, and I don't know if he's able to even handle that if it was to go down. What's your thoughts on that?
Yes, to your point, yes, Ja has been mature enough to be a professional and not be a hindrance to Acuff's development and whoever the guard was, Clinton Phillips, Acuff, everybody, like all the guards in the top 10. But I feel like it also comes down to coaching. Tomas Isolo has to figure out a way to manage those personalities in that position of who has the ball and all that. The reason why it works good in San Antonio, because number one, they have a culture that no one's bigger than the program, and you have the Spurs across your chest is more important than the name on the back of your chest, number one. And 2, they have a great coach. And 3,
which I think Isolo was trying to do, to your first point that you brought up. I think he's trying to do that. I'm
not saying Isolo's incapable of it, but I feel like that is, along with Ja Morant's maturity, is equally as important in that. And also personnel. And much we go off about Acuff, I'm not saying, I think people are being too overrated when it comes to his defensive woes. I'm not saying it's terrible. I think people are being way over the top about that. But still, personnel-wise, you have Ja Morant, who's not the best defender, and Acuff, who's not the best defender. So, then you have a Ty Jerome issue. That means you have 3 guys handling the ball that defensively may not work. On the inverse with San Antonio, De'Aaron Fox is a good defender, Harper's a good defender, and Castle, and they can all guard multiple positions. Yeah. So, yes, it's Ja Morant, but it's also Tomas Isolo making that work, and then logistically, basketball-wise, doesn't make sense. I like that idea. In my opinion, that's my best case scenario. If we get Ja Morant that stays here plus an Acuff, everyone will be happy. Because that means my favorite college point guard is playing with my favorite NBA point guard, and they agree to be kumbaya and don't rock the boat. I'm cool. But again, I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, I'm going to be very, very happy. And I feel like that may be the best case scenario when it comes to like the overall best position into the future for the Memphis Grizzlies. We just got to wait and see. But I do like that idea. If that happens, I would not be opposed to it at all.
Yeah. We'll see, man. It's exciting times for me. I know, like I said, I don't really watch too many of the games at this point no more. I may tap in the fourth quarter or two. I check the box score, see how my boy Gigi doing. I see how Sid is performing. And from there, it just kind of is what it is. May 10th is what my mind is set on at this point. Draft lottery night. That's just kind of what I'm on at this point, man. So that's all we got, man. Y'all let us know in the comments how y'all feel about it. But y'all chill out, bro. Like, let people have their opinions about what they feel like this team should go. Like, because at the end of the day, guess what? None of us got control over this shit. So, at the end of the day, if Zach Kleiman is still in, power, which we believe that's going to be, be the case this summer, I would imagine. Hey, it's going to be on him to rebuild his roster, bro, whether we like it or not. I got my criticisms. We all had our criticisms and things like that. Like I said, myself being one of the more critiquers of him than maybe some other people. But it's just kind of where we at, bro. Right or wrong or indifferent, I'm still a Grizz fan at the end of the day. Yep. And so I want the best for them when it comes out for that as a fan base. So we're going to get out of here on a FanDuel Bet of the Week, man. You got yours ready. I got mine.
Yep. I have Lakers versus Pistons. That game just tipped off. The Lakers, as much as I hate it, they're playing some of the best basketball of the season. They're currently number 3 in the West, and they're playing the Detroit Pistons. The Lakers are a 1.5-point favorite. Being that Cade Cunningham is not playing, I feel like that should be a little bit of a higher total. So I feel like they're going to win that game and cover the spread. So Lakers versus Pistons is my FanDuel pick of the week.
For sure. I'm waiting till later on this week. I got an NCAA tournament game that I want to throw a little bread on. I'm going to go with the Iowa State game, bro. I am a believer in that team, and I'm probably going to eat my words if Jefferson don't play. But they got the spread right now at 4.5. For 104 is the betting line. I'm going with that one for my bet of the week. Iowa State, go and pull it out on them Tennessee Volunteers.
Yep.
Watch, it'll be Nate Amint's all
coming out game. Drop 30.
Me the F off, bro. Watch this. I'll be so mad.
Jared said Arkansas 8.5 against Arizona. Hey man, if they win by 9 or more points, that means either Acoff had the game of his life or John Calipari coached a great basketball game. We want Arkansas to win, but that's a very hard line. That's all I gotta say. That's a hard line.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm feeling frisky. I'm gonna go on them just because
I love the confidence.
I'm going money line. I ain't even going spread on that. I'm going money line plus 280 on Arkansas. Y'all got us messed up.
Y'all just bold. Y'all just bold. I like
plus 280, man. I'm gonna throw a little 10 on that.
Hey man, I rock with it. Y'all more confident than me. Sure.
I thought that's what it was, JD. I want to make sure.
Oh, my bad, because negative would mean they winning.
Negative, yeah. I want to make
sure. Forget everything I just said. I don't bet, so I don't know things.
It's dip, bro. It's so confusing, dog.
Yeah. So yes, actually, I agree with you, David. I mean, oh my gosh, Jared, I agree with you. Yeah, they're
David Jarrettson.
David Jarrettson. I'm gonna change his name in my phone to that. But yes, Arkansas, they're definitely gonna lose. If they lose, it's gonna be definitely less than 9 points for sure.
Yeah, man. And salute, my guy. Appreciate you.
I met you for the first time, my dog. You is a super cool dude, my boy. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you on love, bro.
For sure. Well, man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. It's been a quick one for us. Actually, it wasn't. I was supposed to get here a long time ago. My wife told me I was good on time. I can catch up with her. Baby girl got softball practice, so I'm finna shoot out.
Cool.
That. But man, appreciate y'all tapping in, man. We'll be back next week with another one. As we always say, man, this week, make sure y'all do something that makes you happy, that makes you feel good, and put a smile on your face, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. We'll catch y'all next week with more information about these Grizzlies. And as we always say,
go Grizz.
Whoa, what is this?
Hit the dang, Chris.
I don't know. Hey,
bro.
Hey,
something
happened to the outro. Something happened to the outro.
We out. The outro. What you doing?
I don't know. It ain't going. God,
my gosh.
Kitty, what you did, Kitty, what you do, man? Hey, we out. Y'all holler at y'all next week.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the No Bluffing Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of all things Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.